know what I didn't learn in school? All the important stuff. Health, love, money, how to have powerful relationships, spiritual path, making a difference in my community, having a community. Maybe I got some of it in a sort of offhand way. But this is the kind of education that makes a difference. And who do I want to learn from? People that don't have those things? Or people that are living examples of a true wealth? I define true wealth. One of my mentors said early on, he said, if you judge a person's true wealth by the amount of money they have alone, you're missing the big picture. Yes, money's important, but isn't it true that to have true wealth, a wealthy, healthy person, you need physical health? Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not feeling good, it doesn't make much difference. You might have more flowers in your bedside in the hospital, but who cares? It's about having physical health, about being robust, being able to get around, being mobile, being vital, being excited about life, being able to do the things you want to do. Keeping up, staying ahead, having a good night's sleep. Those are all so important. That's one piece. How about relationships? Wouldn't it be a cruel, cruel joke to go after a lot of money and have the money but have no relationships? Be isolated. No love in your life. No respect. People don't like you. You don't like people. You're just a grouch. A rich grouch, but you're a grouch. Who wants that? What about this thing called purpose? How many people do you know say, well, I'm just doing it for the money. I'm just going to do it for a while for the money. And then I'll do what I want to do. But you know what I know? At the age I'm at some point, there's no later to do it. You either do it or you don't do it. No matter what the age. No matter what your age. So if you're just doing it for the money, fine, nothing wrong with that. But wouldn't it be exciting to have a life of passion and purpose? To love what you do. Do it because you love it, not to make a living. Wouldn't that be great? Isn't that part of the wealth of having purpose in life? Being excited to get up in the morning and go, yes, I get to do what I want to do today. I get to make a difference for myself. And maybe for others too. And isn't it true that that ultimate peace is time? The ultimate wealth is having the rest of your life free. It's your life. It doesn't belong to a boss. It doesn't belong to a banker. It doesn't belong to a government. It doesn't belong to anybody. You're not spending your life making a living. You're living your dream. But time. See, I know lots of people with lots of money. They don't have the time to enjoy it. They're not even keeping up with their making the money. They're so stressed. And it's always tomorrow. It's tomorrow. And then the kids are grown up and they're gone and yep, miss that. And their spouses don't know them. Even their dog doesn't like them. They're just too busy. What's that about? At what point do you get the time back? My dad told me, he said, the longer you go on in life, the shorter it gets. It goes faster and faster and faster. Remember how slow it went when you were a child? Summer was forever. Well, no. You get older and it's like, whew, what year is this? Oh, it's year 2000's coming on. Okay, in the 20th century. Huh? Look, this thing called time, you got a certain amount. Now, I don't know if that's a lot or a little. But nobody's figured out a good way, a reliable way to make more of it. You can always make more money, but you can't make more of that time. How would you love to own the rest of your life? You're sovereign. You're the captain of your clock. You want something in your calendar? You put it on. Nobody's putting stuff on your calendar. You don't have to. One of the best days of my life, there's a human invention. It was purposely designed to annoy us. It's one of the most horrible, but almost everybody's got one. It's called an alarm clock, right? One of the best days of my life was when I got rid of that alarm clock. People say, Michael Jude, what time do you go to bed? I said, when I'm tired of being awake. He said, well, what time do you get up? I said, when I'm tired of sleeping. Guys, that's living. Now look, I'm not playing small on your responsibilities. If you have young children, of course, you got to take care of that. But you don't owe the rest of your life to making a living. So isn't it true that that's part of true wealth? Owning your time. And of course, money. You got to have the money. You got to buy back the rest of your life because you owe something. You know that debt I talked about? You owe that debt. I owe that debt. We owe that debt. Can't get away from it. Whether you're paying a sales tax, a GST, an income tax, an inheritance tax, a tax, head tax, whatever. You got to pay Caesar what you owe Caesar. So you got to have the money. And if you want to have a good life, you don't want to be wearing rags. You don't want to eat leftovers. You want to have a good quality of life. You got to have some money. So true wealth, my mentor taught me, includes all those. And I say, when you get to that place, then people around you are inspired and you have something to offer. You have a real education. You see, I actually taught at university. I know that academic world. And this is no disrespect to any of you who are educators or any of the people I worked with. But they could not teach me what I know now. And I would not recommend young people go through that system to get a general education. I could tell you horror stories about how I was taught to not think. I was taught what to think, but I wasn't taught how to think. And if you want to learn how to think and open up your mind to the possibilities of life, get around people who are up to something. People who have that and they're living it. They're not just talking about it. You know, they say people who teach, people who can't do it, go teach it. Well, there may be some truth to that. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect any educators. But get in a community of people who will offer you life skills. That's the education. You want to learn about food, you want to learn about health, you want to learn about wealth, you want to learn about spiritual development. All these things, they're available to you simply for asking. There's no charge for this stuff. There's no big debt. It's part of us working in this industry called network marketing. And see, here's the beautiful thing. And I hope I'm not going on too long or boring you. But if you wanted to do that thing called open a shop or start a service business, one of the first things you got to do, you got to get a plant or facility, or maybe you're working on a kitchen table, it doesn't matter. But if you want to make money, you've got to leverage yourself. You've got to have these things called employees. Now, I've had employees. I hopefully will never do that again. No disrespect to you if you have a job, but it's like running an adult daycare center. It is. They want more money for doing less. That's, hey, I was an employee once. Yeah, I'll do as little as I can to get paid, sure. I want to pay them as little as possible to get as much work out of them. It sets up this really funky dynamic. So from the start, it's uncomfortable. But then, you know what? You got an employee, guess what? It's like that child, that unwanted child. Because their problems become my problems. Oh, you had a fight with your spouse, you're not coming in today? Okay, well, I guess I got to go do your job, right? Oh, you're going to Africa on a 6-month tour? Oh, well, thanks for telling me. You're leaving when? Tomorrow? Oh, okay. Yeah, after I trained you for 4 months, and you finally learned it. Look, you want people working in your business, but if you want high quality, you want world-class people working in your business, not employees, partners, business partners, you don't pay your partners. In this business, you say today, I'm going to start a network marketing business, guess what? You've got a team of people working in your business right now for free. World-class people, people who've done it. They're not just talking about it. They've done it, and they're working in your business to help you become successful, because the only way they get paid is off your success. They get paid when you become successful. They're working all in. They're not doing this as little as possible, trying to get as much as possible. They're working to help you become successful, and part of that is this education. Part of that is teaching you how business works, teaching how relationships work, teaching how this thing called the service, teaching you about leadership, teaching you about acknowledgement, recognition, teaching you about living with passion. Because what they know is that's what it takes to become hugely successful.